can one AI actually build your whole ad kit logo to QR code? Meta shipped its first in-house image model on July 7th, and it's not just another prompt box. It's called Muse Image, and it writes and runs its own code before it hands you a picture. That's how it pulls off something most image generators can't, a QR code that actually scans. I gave it one job this time: build a complete ad kit for a small business start to finish. And it's free to try. Muse Image runs at no cost inside the Meta AI app, on the website, and in WhatsApp. Most image models guess at a QR code's pattern and it comes out visually close but functionally dead. Muse Image does something different. It treats the QR code as a coding problem, not a drawing problem. Meta's own write-up says the model learned this during training. It writes code, checks its own output, and fixes what's broken. So a chart isn't drawn from guesswork either. It's plotted from real numbers, the same way a QR code is plotted from a real link. That same trick is why it can blend your product photo into a totally new scene without the seams showing. On Meta's own Arena numbers from July 5th, it ranked second for text to image and second for image editing. Worth saying that's Meta grading Meta. No independent arena has put a number on it yet. One independent lab, GMI Cloud, ran its own head-to-head against Nano Banana 2 and GPT Image 2 anyway. They scored all three across 7 dimensions, things like character consistency, poster design, and how well each one followed the prompt. Muse Image beat Nano Banana 2 across those 7 tests, but GPT Image 2 still came out on top overall. So it's not the strongest image model on the market. It's the one that can also write working code around the image. So I picked a test business, a coffee shop called Maple and Ash, and I asked Muse Image for a logo first. One prompt, and it gave me a clean mark with the shop's name spelled correctly. No melted letters. Text inside images used to be the tell that a picture was AI generated. That gap is closing fast. Next, I fed it a real photo of a latte and asked it to drop that logo onto a takeout cup in a sunlit window. That's the photo blending Meta talks about. It kept the coffee's real texture and just rebuilt the scene around it. Then I asked for a second version with a hand holding the cup outdoors. Same lighting rules, same logo. Both shots matched and the logo didn't warp or shift color between them, which is the detail that breaks most kits. I pushed it a third time with a shot of the same cup on a rustic wood table. No people in frame. All three came back usable straight out of the tool with no retouching and no color correction pass needed afterward. Then I asked it to write a matching social caption and turn the logo shot into a square Instagram post. That's the part most people miss. The same prompt chain that builds your flyer can resize itself for every platform you post to. Then came the actual test. I asked for a QR code linking to a fake menu page styled in the shop's lime and brown colors. I pulled it up on my phone and scanned it with the regular camera app. It opened the link. First try, no retake, no dead pixels breaking the pattern. I ran it 4 more times with different colors and a logo dropped in the center. All 4 scanned clean. Then I pushed it. I asked for a QR code shaped like a coffee cup silhouette, still linking to the same menu page. That one failed the first pass. My phone camera hesitated for a second before it caught the pattern. It still scanned on the second attempt, but that's the edge where creative styling starts to fight function. Last piece was the flyer itself. Logo, product shot, hours, and the working QR code laid out in one prompt. 20 minutes in, I had a logo, 3 product shots, a social post, a flyer, and a working QR code. That's normally a week of back and forth with a designer. But the same week this launched, Meta had to walk part of it back. Instagram let people tag any public account and use that person's photos to generate new AI images of them. The setting was on by default for public profiles. Nobody had to opt in, and the person tagged wasn't notified. SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, and the talent agency CAA both condemned it within days. Meta pulled the tagging feature off Instagram entirely and admitted it, quote, missed the mark. The image model itself is still live. It's just the Instagram photo tagging piece that got yanked. For the ad kit use case, none of that backlash touches what I built. That ran through the Meta AI app, not tagged Instagram photos. The bigger takeaway for a small shop is simpler. A working QR code used to mean a generator, a scan test, and a fixed loop. Now it's one prompt inside the same tool that's already drawing your logo. Just watch the styling. The plainer the QR code stays, the more reliably it scans on the first try. And remember, Meta is still grading its own homework here. Treat the ranking claims as a starting point, not a verdict. For a solo shop owner, the real math is simpler than any benchmark. It's free, it's fast, and today it beat a paid designer on turnaround. If you're building your own marketing assets, that's a real afternoon saved, not a gimmick demo. Thanks for watching, and if this saved you a trip to a designer, hit like and subscribe to AI.Preneur for the next real test. And when a build like this needs to actually ship for a business, Innovations Beyond puts these tools to work end to end.